Hi dear friends and subscribers, welcome to Cricket Happenings with your host Ram. Well, the writing was on the wall yesterday at Edgbaston. The match has finished in less than 5 days. England are now the world's number one in Test cricket. They have displaced India, who held this title for probably 21 months, and Dhoni suffered his first Test series loss. So that's quite a record for quite. India have been holding the number one spot in Test cricket, and what a record Dhoni had. Dhoni has suffered his first Test series loss. So that's something that Dhoni probably definitely admitted that England were the better team, no doubt about that. But he's still proud of India, and that's what really means it. And it was a humiliating defeat for India, I would say. They lost by an innings and 42 runs, and it is now 3-0 in this four-test series with oval to go. Well, it's only a matter of now whether India will have a hiding of 4-0 from England. So that is what the question is. But we'll talk about that later in my show. First and foremost, I am going to talk about the day's play here, how it all got about at Edgbaston on the fourth day. Gambhir walked in with Dravid at 35 for 1, and at 35 for 1, India lost Gambhir. Now, Gambhir the other day made a statement that he was nurturing hopes of that Napier fight back that he did against New Zealand, but has said this attack is much better than the New Zealand attack. And well, Anderson had pretty good ideas there. He actually got a ball to move from Gambhir. Gambhir slashed at it, Swan in the slips dead the rest. Gambhir was walking, caught Swan, bowled Anderson for 14 with 2 fours. India 35 for 2. Dravid and Tendulkar in the middle, and there was some controversy here as Dravid was given out, caught prior, bowled Anderson to an outswinging delivery from Anderson, and there was a doubt whether it had actually hit the bat, and probably it says the snicker was showing that probably it went hit the shoelace. Well, Dravid didn't appeal for it. He probably had his partner Tendulkar at the other end with whom he consulted, but probably Tendulkar said, yes, I feel you're out, and Dravid didn't go for the replay. But well, Dravid was walking, caught prior, bowled Anderson for 18 with 3 fours. India 40 for 3. Lakshman walked in, and Lakshman looked absolutely shaky in his stay there of 2 of 21 balls. He was really struggling there, and he was served some short pitch stuff, some good bowling from Stuart Broad. Anderson, as I said, he has already picked up 2 wickets, and this was the third one that Anderson picked up when VVS Lakshman was sucked into a ball from Anderson. He was caught prior, bowled Anderson for 2. India went down the drain, 56 for 4. Tendulkar was joined by Raina. Now, Suresh Raina had a problem with the short stuff, and that was what he was served with. And Graham Swan had the better of Suresh Raina. Suresh Raina was gone, LBW bowled Swan for 10. India 87 for 5. And Tendulkar, let me tell you, Tendulkar played a very good knock. Tendulkar and Dhoni in the middle. Tendulkar played a very good knock, 40 runs of just 60 deliveries, 8 fours in that knock, all sweetly timed drives, absolute class when he actually played those strokes. It was very sad with Dhoni actually smacking a delivery straight past the Swan, Swan getting his hand to it, and the ball ricocheted into the non-striker stumps. Tendulkar was found wanting at the crease, and Tendulkar was declared out, thrown out for 40. But let me tell you, Tendulkar was looking in supreme touch today. It looked like he was definitely going to score a century if probably he would have not been run out. Such was the dominance that he had over the bowling today. 8 crisply struck 4, sweetly timed, whatever you call it, class, absolutely everything was there. The onside jabs, everything was absolutely Tendulkar-like. Well, so it all happened, and when Tendulkar went, India were absolutely out of it, 89 for 6. Dhoni was joined by Mishra. Mishra contributed 22 of 28 balls with 4 fours. He was a victim of Swan. He was caught by Broad of the bowling of Swan for 22. India 130 for 7. And Praveen, Kumar and Dhoni then actually put up a very good partnership. Now, this was a partnership which was, under the circumstances, it was just a formality. But, well, there was a lot of entertainment for the Edgbaston crowd there, as Praveen Kumar indulged himself some pyrotechnics. Actually, he got hit by a delivery from Anderson, which he tried to fend. And after that, Praveen Kumar showed that ire that he had over Anderson on Graham Swan by clouting him for sixes and participating in a stand whereby in 4 overs 55 runs were scored, with Praveen Kumar putting Swan to the cleaners, contributing 40 of 18 deliveries, 5 fours and 3 consecutively struck sixes of the bowling of Graham Swan with lots of power. Dhoni, on the other hand, was also playing well. He was also just stroking the ball as fiercely as ever and with a lot of timing, and that's a good news that Dhoni went into form. But Praveen Kumar, after getting into that cameo partnership with Mahendra Singh Dhoni, finally departed as Broad had him caught by Bopara for 40 of 18 balls, 5 fours and 3 sixes. But Dhoni was still doing the scoring. He was striking fours at will there, and Ishant Sharma was LBW Broad for a duck. And the last rides of the India were performed as Sreesanth fended at the delivery from Bresnan. Peterson at Gully took the catch. 244 all out India. Mahendra Singh Dhoni, the Indian captain, running into form in the Edgbaston Test. Not around 74 of 79 deliveries. 13 very nicely hit fours. 244 all out. India couldn't even reach the score that Alistair Cook single-handedly made of 294. What a shame. And as far as the bowling figures were concerned, Anderson 18 overs, 3 minutes, 85 runs and 4 wickets. He really gave the breakthrough and really, I would say, really pushed India to the brink of defeat there. Broad 12 overs, 4 minutes, 28 runs and 2 wickets. Bresnan 10.3 overs, 3 minutes, 19 runs and 1 wicket. Graham Swan 13 overs, 1 minute, 2 for 88. Got a sort of real tap from Praveen Kumar there. And Kevin Peterson 2 overs, 1 minute, none for 12. And one of the shots that Praveen Kumar hit, it went and landed into a pint of lager beer the persons were drinking there, and it just spoiled the party for them. But Praveen Kumar, let me tell you, he was hitting it with lots of vengeance after getting hit by that Anderson delivery. Well, so Praveen Kumar, well, he has been doing his job. He has contributed with the bat, he has contributed with the ball, and Alistair Cook, not an iota of a doubt for his monumental innings of 294 of 545 balls with 33 fours, was named man of the match. Well, looking at this innings today, now the only positives that India can take from this match, according to me, would be Mahendra Singh Dhoni running into form with 250s in both the innings, Amit Mishra getting some wickets, Praveen Kumar always contributing both with bat and ball all throughout the series, I would say. Tendulkar was looking very good today, but unfortunately couldn't go on. But there's no excuses, dear India. It's been a very sad scene for India, I would say. India displaced as number one, and what is going to be very interesting is what is the Indian think tank going to go now. What Dhoni has said in his post interview, as he has said that batting and bowling is good, he's proud to play for India, and basically what remains to be seen is the consistency. It's not the matter of being the number one in Test cricket, and he has said that the fielding probably requires a lot of tweaking. Well, Mahendra Singh Dhoni, I definitely can agree with that. Not a problem. But well, the batting and bowling, yes, India has been crippled, but not. I mean, you can't understand a world-class team like India being number one, having such a dismal performance. Any world-class team, according to me, would have lots of reserve talent in place, and that reserve talent comes to the fore. But in Australia's case, one has seen that happen when Australia were having the prime status. But now India are probably in a similar situation, but well, they have not been able to grab the opportunity. Probably the pressure is telling on India. There have been sparks flying with the BCCI coming up and telling, well, it's not the question of too much cricket. Well, I think it's too much cricket, because a marquee event like the World Cup, and then you have the IPL, that is something that the Board of Control for Cricket in India really needs to think about at that particular time, because they can't schedule such marquee events right after a world event like the World Cup. They could have given some 2 or 3 months rest. Probably that's a borne out thing which is happening, and I do agree with that with whoever are speaking on the same. And well, I think India has a lot of soul searching to do. Well, as I said, India has to now see to it that they don't get a hiding from England 4-0, because as things stand, well, you wouldn't be surprised if that too happens, because injuries, there are a lot of other problems. Things are not really working India's way. So you never know. So the only thing India can do in the fourth test at the Oval would be not to get in hiding and probably either win the match or probably draw it. But again, as I said, winning against England, according to me, looks a very tall order. It's not going to be easy. But well, it's a matter of just escaping defeat for India now. It's not the question of a win. It's a question of escaping defeat and trying to draw the match there at the Oval. Well, with this, I think I should be ending it, but I can just tell you there are two matches tomorrow. We have the second one day international between Bangladesh and Zimbabwe. Keep an eye on that. And Australia and Sri Lanka clash in the second one day international. That's it from me, your host Ram, for the Cricket Happening Show for today. See you all in my next Cricket Happening Show. Until then, it's goodbye.